if you want to improve the battery life on OPPO Reno 15 Pro, here's what you can do. So first of all, we're gonna open settings. Over here in settings, we can go to the battery, and then in here we can find, for example, the power saving mode, which allows you to get some more time out of the battery, which is quite useful if you don't have a charger near you and you will not be able to charge your phone soon. So over here with this option, you can save the battery quite a bit. You can extend the battery life temporarily. There is also the super power saving mode, which allows you to get even more out of the battery. Of course, it is not really necessary or maybe not even recommended to use these options, these different battery modes all the time. And also, if you choose the power saving mode, then over here you can customize the power saving mode, and you can decide which options should be, for example, deactivated or changed or enabled in order to maybe get even more time. And besides that, we can see the battery usage in here. So if you think that there are some apps that use more battery than they should, then you should be able to, for example, select the specific area, and then you can see apps that used the most battery in that selected period. So this can be quite helpful. We can also switch to 7 days, for example, if you need more information. Now we can scroll down and we can also find the power saving settings, which allow you to, for example, set up automatic power saving mode, which can be automatically enabled at a given percentage. And you can also set up automatic exit of the power saving mode. So when the battery reaches 50% or when it's fully charged, then the power saving mode can be automatically disabled. There's also the sleep standby optimization, which of course can be enabled in here, and the video battery saver as well. In battery health, we can of course check our maximum capacity, which indicates the battery health and how much battery you can use in a given moment, how much the battery is used in total, I guess. But also we can find these charging protections, like the smart charging and custom charging limit. Smart charging allows the phone to learn how you charge your phone. So whenever you charge and stop charging and how often you charge and so on and so forth, all this information is collected and then it is used to optimize charging process. So with this option enabled, when the phone finally figures out our charging pattern, the battery while charging can be limited to 80%, and then when the phone knows that you are about to unplug the charger, it's going to it charges back to 100%, from 80% to 100%. The custom charging limit pretty much allows you to set up the limit by yourself, and you cannot really exceed it until you change it or turn it off. Now you might be wondering why it is exactly 80%, and why it is recommended to charge only to 80%. And the answer, shortly, the batteries are made in such a way, nowadays at least, that the optimal percentage for them is between the 20 and 80%. So this means that if you want to start charging a phone, you should more or less do this when you have 20%, and you should stop at 8%. This apparently allows the battery to have a longer lifespan. It slows down the battery aging process, and as a result, of course, your battery should last more for more time over time. There is also the resume charging at 95% option, which is recommended to use if you don't plan on using any of these two options. This option stops charging at 100%, so when you charge your phone and it is 100%, it's gonna stop charging completely. And then when the battery percentage drops to 95% and the charger is still connected, then it's gonna start charging once again back to 100%. Alright, so besides that, we can also find the charging settings. And in here we can find smart rapid charging, which of course you might want to disable if you believe that fast charging option causes the battery to be aging quickly or quicker. So if you believe that, then of course you can turn it off. I know that some people believe this, some people don't, so it's up to you if you want to have smart rapid charging or fast charging enabled or disabled. Alright, so once we are done with the battery settings, there are a couple of more stuff that I want to mention. For example, if we go to location, and if you use location over here, then you can go to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth scanning, and you can find these two options, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth scanning, as the name suggests. Now in here, I can recommend you disabling these two options. They are not really necessary to be enabled all the time, and actually they can save the battery quite a bit. So if you feel like the battery is draining quicker than it should, then of course you can turn these options off. And whenever your phone needs these features, then your phone will ask you to turn them on. So you can turn them on temporarily at least, and then you can turn it off back again later on. Also, we can adjust many different things in a display and brightness. So display settings also have a huge impact on the battery. Of course, individually, they don't really make that significant change. Like for example, if you switch to the dark mode itself, while it saves the battery quite a bit and it can improve the battery life, the difference is not really that huge. But if we consider all other stuff and if we collectively count all this time, then it's gonna turn out that you can actually get maybe even like 2 hours or more of the battery, additional 2 hours of course. So I can recommend you using the dark mode. I can also recommend to turn on the automatic brightness. There is also the image sharpener and video color boost. And of course these features are great, don't get me wrong, but of course they increase the battery usage, as it is even written over here below this preview. So you might consider disabling these options. The same thing can be said about the screen resolution. While higher resolution is of course better visually, it also uses more battery, so you might want to lower the resolution to save the battery quite a bit. And of course the refresh rate. I know that 60 Hz is really annoying to use. It can be visually unpleasant to use 60 Hz. Personally, I would not switch to 60 Hz as well, but of course, since we are talking about improving battery life, this is something that I have to mention. And the screen timeout, or the auto screen off, which decides for how long the display should be on before it turns itself off automatically, before it puts itself to sleep. And you should use something between 15 or 30 seconds. In my case, I use 2 minutes for videos, of course, but recommended time is 15 or 30 seconds. And the screen attention is also a feature that can drain the battery, so you might want to turn it off. Alright, and of course in the home screen, lock screen and time, you can find always on display, which is a great feature, but drains the battery as well, so you might want to turn it off. And there is also the edge lighting. Also, you can save the battery quite a bit when it's disabled. So I think that's most of the major things that we can do in order to save the battery on our phone. And maybe there's one more thing, maybe two more things that I should mention, is that any app that is running in the background constantly can also drain the battery. I know this might sound obvious, but people might forget that this also includes, for example, video wallpapers or animated wallpapers, live wallpapers, however you call them. In my case, I do have an animated wallpaper, as you can see over here, and while it looks great and it is a really cool gimmick, it drains the battery quite a bit. So you have to keep that in mind. You can decide if you prefer to have an animated wallpaper or more battery. And the last thing that I have to mention is, of course, the usage of such features as Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, location, NFC, and so on and so forth. Now, I'm not saying that you should not use them at all, that's not the point, but what I'm trying to say is that, for example, if you don't have any Bluetooth device connected to your phone, there is no reason to have Bluetooth enabled, so you can turn it off. If you don't use any apps that require you to track the location, you can turn off the location as well. If you are not in a situation when you want to pay with your phone, you can turn off NFC, and so on and so forth. If you are outside of your home, you want to disable Wi-Fi. When you come back, of course, you can turn it back on. If you try to connect a Bluetooth device, you can turn it back on. You get the idea. So this is something that also has an impact on the battery, and although it might feel like it's a small difference, just like in the case of the display settings, collectively, it can actually make a bigger difference, of course. So I believe I mentioned everything that is important to mention when trying to improve the battery life. Now, in case I missed something that is important, that you think is important, and I didn't say about it, I didn't mention a thing, then please let me know in the comments, so of course everyone can know about it. And if you're watching this video, then of course also check the comments, because maybe there are some additional tips. So that's pretty much it. Leave a like and subscribe.